Hi everyone, how's it going? I have another strategic innovation for you. An attempt at a tier 1.5 deck that keeps the most wanted list, post most wanted list meta in mind. This is a fast advanced Astro pilot program deck that strives to abuse two things. Firstly, the interaction with team sponsorship. I think team sponsorship is going to be a very strong card that not many people are playing right now. Um, One of the biggest drawbacks of scoring agendas is that you lose tempo while scoring them. For Ambient, it doesn't matter so much because Astral Pilot programs always worth scoring. But for most other factions, you don't really want to score agendas unless it's a Nisei Mark II. With team sponsorship, it changes everything. Now you want to score agendas because it furthers your tempo by allowing you to install ice at the same time, install money at the same time. It's so good. And I'm going to couple it with Grail Ice, which could prove to be very strong in the upcoming meta. So let's get down to the game. I'm playing up against a Chaos Theory deck. This should be an interesting match. Now, um, I keep my opening hand because it's full of pop-up windows. We love pop-up windows. They are awesome. And if people are not playing Parasites, all the more better. So let's get going straight away. Double pop-up window. There, no questions asked. That's definitely something we want to do. This is not a Butcher Shop deck, so scoring the first breaking news is not a priority. I fast forward the video a bit here. Basically, we spent our first turn setting up, and clearly he's playing an Oracle May deck. I get the pet campaign going, and so now my breaking news suddenly has some relevance. You have to know that Oracle May decks in Chaos Theory generally only play a single copy of that Oracle. To show out consistency, they use Hostage, which costs more influence but counts as a double for their power naps, which they are very likely to play. It's mostly event based. The deck is mostly events, so you won't expect to see motivation. They'll just call events every single time. This time his Oracle failed. It trashed a torch into his heap, so I more or less know what I'm up against. So now my main priority switches to actually getting out the breaking news. I'm not fast advancing it. He can get the 1 point if he really has the stomach to do so, and he could. He could test run a fem and get through my server, but I'm counting on that not happening. He does face check it and he loses a lot of money. I still get to score my breaking news, and I burn down his only Oracle May. That is huge. I basically completely crippled his draw engine. So now he has to rely on only never mind. Forget what I said. This guy is too good for me. He has a second Oracle May. Well played, good sir. Very well played. Still, I'm gaining lots of tempo. This guy's playing very aggressively, far more aggressively than I would expect from an Oracle May player. Usually, you'll see Oracle May players set up, get all three of their breakers. They are very efficient, by the way, besides Fem, Torch, and perhaps Morningstar, perhaps, I don't know, Lady. This guy, I mean, there are lots of choices for Fractals available. But the main point is you want to get set up, then with your bucket loads of money, you can run anywhere. That is the theory. But I'm not playing up against theory. I'm playing up against chaos theory. And this guy is chaotic. He's running every single thing. He doesn't want me to get any Astros out. And that's good on him. But I'm still going to go regardless. I have a fast track. I'm going to grab an Astro. And I'm going to put it in my server. Now this is a huge bait. This is such big bait because I only have 3 credits to my name. He must be thinking, how the hell does he expect to score that Astro with only 3 credits and he has to rest this ice? Well, I was baiting him to test run something, and gotcha! Gotcha! I rest the Galahad, and I poke him for 2 net damage, and the fam goes away. So I basically just wasted his test run. Now, of course, resing the Grail means that I cannot score the Astro this turn, but it doesn't matter. The most important thing is to take away Chaos Theory's test run, because this means that it'll take her far longer to set up her entire rig. So I don't score the Astro this turn, but I click for credits. And I do draw a hedge fund, which is kind of a pity. I cannot take my scoring window for granted. He knows it's an Astro in the server. I need to score it next turn, even though I would really like to credit hedge fund. I cannot afford to play hedge fund next turn, because if he gets his barrier breaker and torch from his heap with 2 more test runs in his deck, I lose my Astro. That's a 4 agenda point swing. We cannot allow that. He test runs the fem on my Toll Wolf. Not gonna do much. I'm still not sure why he's using Fem, but it doesn't matter. He's going for the Maker's Eye on R&D. and he sees 2 agendas. Good on him. That's pretty good because I don't have any agendas in hand, so there are lots in R&D. That is something I need to be worried about. Ooh, tough choice. Now, he did run my R&D last turn, giving me 1 extra credit, and that changes everything because now it means I can actually res the team sponsorship that I installed earlier. With 3 credits, I can only score the Astro, but now I can score the Astro and trigger team sponsorship. So now I'm just thinking, what do I install with team spawn? Generally, the best thing to install is Sansan Grid. I don't have Sansan yet. The next best thing is Ice, because Ice is installed for free. So you're saving credits and clicks. But here I just chose to go with the pad instead. If he parasited down my pop-ups, I would be almost certainly recurring pop-ups with the team sponsorship. But in this case, I'm going for the pad because I'm dirt poor. He's pretty good. He's pretty on the ball with regards to trashing my econ assets, so I need to get them back. And now he dirty laundries my team spawn, which is a very, very good idea because otherwise the breaking news in my hand is live. I have a reason to score it, to trigger it, to install more pad campaigns. He doesn't want that. So next thing I do, he knows that there's a Sansan on top of my R&D because he played Maker's Eye earlier, and he knows that that's probably the card in the server right now. He can't do anything about it. There's a double layer gear check on server 2, and he only has a single fam. So I'm still good. I still need more money. I only have 1 credit. I can't score the breaking news in my hand. So I see another Sansan that's going to get installed. I see an Archangel. Considering that he's running Torch, probably not a good idea to play it. So that goes in Archives. Clicking for credits. So now I have 3 credits. A reasonable amount. I'll score the breaking news next turn to trigger team sponsorship to install whatever I want. Probably a piece of ice on R&D because R&D is pretty leaky right now. And leaky it is, he's going to go through and see stuff. Hopefully he doesn't win. He finds another Astro. Ooh, ouch, that's pretty painful. Okay, he runs my thing. And yes, there is a breaking news somewhere on the board that he hasn't face checked yet. He has been doing a very good job keeping me honest, but there's a breaking news that slipped through his cracks because, yeah, I'm very sneaky that way. Ooh, doing a Dave Hoyland? Nah. But because he has been running through my pop-up so frequently, it enabled me to actually play the hedge fund from my hand, and that's pretty huge. Him running through the pop-up make my turn very easy because I'll now hedge fund to many credits, which turns on Sansan Grid, and I can actually afford to reshuffle the 15 minutes back into my R&D. This means that he's no longer at match point, which is pretty crucial. 15 minutes, best agenda ever. Now, he still hasn't found his gear. I'm still gear checking him. He still hasn't found enough test runs to safely run through my unrest ice. He can't even attack the Sansan in my remote. So this is actually probably a good time to score the Sansan, and I think I really should be doing it here. Score the breaking news. Not on the Sansan, just a regular score. Instead, I score the breaking news that's already on the table to trash his Oracle May. The second one's now in the bin. Hopefully, that should make things better. And now I actually have a very good reason to score the third one from my hand. The third breaking news gets me to 5 points. A Bill on an Astro will close out the game. So next turn I'm definitely looking to score the breaking news. But he runs my R&D, so I bring him the bad news. It's a Merlin, he has failed the gear check and he's going to get punished for it. Lancelot treasures his fam for the second time. And he takes 4 net damage to the face, nearly flatlining, very, very nearly. But he still goes through the run and hits the snare and loses the game. No, he doesn't. He still has a lot of money. He can still get through and trash a lot of my assets. He just doesn't have the correct breakers. My Grail Ice is doing a lot of work. This is amazing, isn't it? Against Chaos Theory Oracle May. This deck is amazing because it gear checks so hard and they don't have SMC to cope with it. Now, my opponent makes a very, very good move here. He legworks me. Otherwise, I would have scored that breaking news. Instead, it's now his, and now he's on match point. So I have to be really, really careful what I do here. I consider my R&D and remote to be very safe because he has no programs out at all. In fact, he has nothing installed. Look at his board. It's empty. He's done. But he can run through my HQ without getting a program out. So I need to put the Explodapalooza in a safer place, and that's under the double layer gear check of a barrier and a decoder and a code gate, one which has a 3 credit tax on top of it. It's a pretty tense moment. I think I can win. My opponent has a very horrible board state. I wouldn't want to be him, but on the same token, he's on match point. You have to be concerned about that. Respect the fact that your opponent's on match point, and make sure they have no bloody way to get into R&D. That's the least you can do. So, what can my opponent do here? At this juncture, I have almost enough credits to score the Exploder Palooza straight off the Sand. But I'm looking to just straight out close out the game. And really what I should be doing here is to use the Jackson Howard to draw up to find one more agenda to win the game. Possibly the game-winning BU or Astro. And that's exactly what I do here, and I find the agenda, the 15 minutes. Scoring the Palooza plus the 15 minutes gives me 7 points exactly. I have one remaining click left. After playing the Sweet Sweep, I'm going to ice up R&D. Again, as I said, you can never be too confident about R&D defense, so a double layer gear check is exactly what I need. It's going on R&D. He runs my hand. Please don't hit the 15 minutes. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Yes! Okay. Time to combo out for the win. Right? Yes, he's out of clicks. Can you think of how I can win the next turn? It shouldn't be too hard. Yes, you know that the card, the remote, the asset in my final remote is a team sponsorship. Get ready for the Hyper Wombo Combo! And now, a word from our sponsors. This combo was brought to you by Shift. Fancy some high-speed, high-performance sports gear? Get all that and more only at Shift, a proud subsidiary of Hasbro. With our recent partnership with media conglomerates NBN, we have revolutionized the field of sports engineering. Here at Shift, we are constantly improving, scoring out agendas after agendas, only to bring you the very best in sports apparel. With the draw power now provided to us by our media division, we can reach out to more of you consumers by providing more options, a diverse choice of trendy outfits, and most importantly, an apparel line so long that it stretches off the table and confuses the hell out of any runner who is trying to attack our servers. But I digress. Want the latest and greatest in sports apparel? Shift your future, only at Shift, a proud subsidiary of Hasbro. Grill Ice was also pretty key to my victory this game. You notice how every single Lancelot hit was one less test run my opponent had, and basically he could never get his breakers going. Well, we have almost seen no Grill Ice at all in these past few data packs of tournaments simply because of the prevalence of Prepaid Kate. Prepaid Kate just laughs in the face of Grill Ice. Low strength, easy to break with Mimic, Sai, and Dog. Well, things have completely changed. With Prepaid Kate out of the picture, I expect Grill Ice to be a very dominant, not say very dominant, but a very viable ice suite post wanted list. Because not only that, there's also going to be less Parasite around, which means less Grill Ice getting killed, which means that you can sustain them more easily. If there's no Parasite, it also means that you get 3 subroutines off, which is very taxing. Not to mention that it also taxes Faust, which is a big problem nowadays. Most importantly, they actually serve as proper gear checks, such as against this runner, because without SMC or clone chip, they have to have all 3 breakers up before they can challenge your Grill Ice. It's going to be very strong. Which faction do you play in? I think you can play in any faction, save for HB, because HB Ice is good enough. The other 3 factions sure could use more Grill Ice, so long as you can afford the influence for it. Be prepared, you're gonna see more Grill Ice in the future. Mark my words. Thanks for watching Happy Net Running. This episode was brought to you by Shift. Shut up already! You didn't pay for this much airtime. Jeez.